Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Order your favorite tennis gear at tennisexpress.com today. Tennis is a numbers game, and when it comes to the GOAT, Rafa Nadal says the numbers just don't lie. In a new wide-reaching interview with Ana Pastor on Spanish television La Sexta, Rafa Nadal talked about a lot of things. He opened up about his career, his top rivals, his mental health, life as a new dad, and his competitive future. Rafa says Novak Djokovic has earned the title of GOAT, and he says the real Novak is not the image a lot of people have of the man. Rafa says sometimes Novak, of course, projects an image that isn't really him, that Novak is a good person who no doubt makes mistakes, but he's a much better person than he comes across sometimes. Rafa says Novak may break rackets here and there, but he is in it 100%, and perhaps that projection is why he's achieved the most in the history of our sport. Rafa says the numbers just don't lie. Novak is the best ever. As for Rafa himself, he aims to return to the tour at Indian Wells next month. In his brief comeback in Australia, Rafa looked like the player we all know and love, but that was before a micro tear in his hip muscle forced him out of the Australian Open. In this latest interview, Rafa said he has 3 primary goals for 2024. Number 1, stay healthy. 2, play Roland Garros. And 3, play for an Olympic medal at the Paris Games. And Rafa sadly reiterated that 2024 will most likely be his farewell season. However, he did leave the door open just a crack for 2025 if he's healthy and playing well. Rafa admits he doesn't think he has a lot of events left to play. He'll just have to see how he feels after the season and also how his family feels about his continuing to play. Nadal says he loves being a new father and really would like to spend more time at home. Rafa also talked about mental health in this interview and admits he has talked to a psychologist twice in his life, saying it is very important for people to seek out help if they're struggling. He said if your leg hurts, you go to the physio. The head is the most important part of the body, so if you need help, you should get it. On the prospect of partnering with Carlos Alcaraz in an Olympic doubles dream team, Rafa said he is up for it. Nadal says despite the comparisons between the two, Carlitos is a more complete player than he was at the same age and more ambitious. He says Carlos has no weaknesses for his age, unlike Rafa, who you'll recall really had to work on his serves and his volleys. He says Carlos already has a great repertoire, and he's very clear on what he wants. Rafa says, I hear him in press conferences when he says he wants to play the final against Djokovic or break his records. He is somebody with great ambition. At his age, with the same Grand Slams as him, I would never have set those goals. They are totally different mentalities. He has all the conditions to get a great career, says Rafa. And as we reported previously, Saudi Arabia's increasing investment in tennis has created controversy in the sport. Rafa talked about that in this interview because, as you may know, he has signed on as an ambassador for the Saudi Tennis Federation, and the backlash from some fans has been tough, some branding Rafa a sellout. We'll discuss that controversy, Rafa's response to the criticism, and his thoughts on Saudi Arabia partnering with tennis in an upcoming episode. I'm Grace Carter. See you next time here on Tennis Now.